U.S. President Barack Obama and challenger Mitt Romney aggressively threw accusations and barbs at each other during the second presidential debate. Minus the ring and gloves, it often felt like a boxing match with the two men circling around each other, planting verbal punches and ducking the counterattacks. According to polls by CNN and CBS News, Americans believe Obama won the fight by at least 7 percentage points. Here in Israel, everybody is watching what has now become a very close race for the White House. President Obama made up for his lackluster performance in the first debate with sharp, energized answers and by controlling the direction of the debate. He scored an important psychological victory for his campaign less than a month before Election Day. But in Israel, Obama is the least popular American president in decades.
He was quite disrespectful to the Prime Minister Netanyahu. He alluded to the 1967 borders that should be the point to start the discussion in future negotiations. He had a flip-flop policy about Jerusalem, made a few statements that should be the Jerusalem united, the capital of Israel. Then he backtracked his opinion.
Obama is not so good for Israel. I think so, because he always like wait and wait and wait and don't do this now and don't do this now. And in the meantime, if something gonna happen with Iran, so we're gonna be in trouble. We're not gonna live the same like we used to live before. And we can't do like what he thinks because he doesn't live here. If he's gonna come to live here, then he will feel what we feel.
A poll conducted in October by Smith Research and sponsored by the Jerusalem Post newspaper found that only 18% of Israelis surveyed believe Obama is pro-Israeli. That's about 1 in 5. But nearly 1 in 3 Israelis, or 28%, believe Obama is pro-Palestinian. 40% say he's neutral. These are far from the stats that have traditionally described the U.S.'s special relationship with its strongest ally in the Middle East. Smith Research has conducted the same poll several times since President Obama took office. His Israeli approval ratings took a serious nosedive, hitting single digits after his 2009 Cairo speech, which was widely seen as snubbing Israel.
It looks like Obama is trying to get nearer to the Arab countries a little bit, neglecting the friendship that Israel always had with the United States.
His rocky relationship with Prime Minister Netanyahu, the perception that he's been weak on Iran, and his failure to visit Israel have all made Obama unpopular. Republican challenger Mitt Romney is seen by some as a potentially better ally in the White House. An estimated 150,000 Americans living in Israel are eligible to vote on November 6th. They tend to vote Republican, and many come from battleground states like Florida, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. A plus in this case for Romney.
I submitted an absentee ballot a few weeks ago through the state of New Jersey. I'm a dual citizen, and I voted for Mitt Romney for many reasons, but first and foremost is because of his support for Israel.
Well, Romney has been Israelis' supporter for years, and in every speech that he gives and every occasion that he has, he always reminds his friendship and his support for Israel.
Still, some Israelis know Romney's policies have not been spelled out.
It seems that Romney would be better to Israel, although you can't really know until he's there.
And I think that, hoping that Romney will single-handedly bring us stability or backup or something like that is misguided, because many of the events are beyond his control completely, and he'll also act first and foremost in the U.S.'s interest.
Romney brought up Israel once in the town hall debate, criticizing Obama for distancing himself from the Jewish state, but Obama didn't respond to the accusation. He focused on the terror attack in Libya. Romney is well liked by Israeli officials. He visited Israel this summer and was warmly embraced by Prime Minister Netanyahu. Too warmly, some in Washington said. Insiders say the two get along very well and see eye to eye on regional issues, including Iran. But Romney's remarks on the record about military action on Iran differ very little from President Obama's. But Romney does agree with Netanyahu that the Palestinians are blocking the peace process. The most important presidential debate for Israelis to watch will be the last one on October 22nd in Florida. It will focus exclusively on foreign policy issues, and it'll give American Israelis and non-voting Israelis a chance to assess the candidate's position on Israel's security needs, on the peace process, and the nuclear standoff with Iran. Jordana Miller, JN1, Jerusalem.